पढाएर आनन्द लिन सकिन्छ त्यो इन्भाइरोमेन्ट हामीले बनाउन एउटा नयाँ सुरुवात गरौँ भन्दै म बिदा हुन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
For sharing his educational vision with us today. And next, I request Mr. Rajan Herald to have a short speech here, please.
Respected Narayan sir, all the distinguished guests, Joanna, and all my colleagues of Herald. It's my great pleasure to stand here and be a part of something which could be truly historical. I work and live in England, but my heart is always here with my country, and I always had a dream to something with my country. I take it Joanna must have understood most of what Narayan sir said on the later phase. I'll ask you about it later on.
Not us.
There could not have been a better opportunity than this. I must say I'm very much excited about the prospect of the program. We are about to start. I strongly believe this is a unique partnership developing between two great institutions. Both had the same belief and had excellent reputation on delivering quality education, and that is capable of preparing professionals required for 21st century. To make all this, and the pure support and the encouragement provided by Narayan sir and my colleagues at Herald. Let me take you back to London, what I've seen. I've seen students, especially from Southeast Asia, which Narayan sir told a little bit about it earlier, who had been in the UK for the further studies. Very, very few of them had been successful on their studies and later utilized their qualification to become something successful on their career. And very many of them, they have, like for example, I've got a colleague who is doing his PhD, is nearly a PhD, who works with the care center, caring for the elderly and things like this. This is because soon any students land on Heathrow Airport. Most of the students had to start work on the low-skill job where the wages are minimum or below minimum wage prescribed by the government there. The working hours had to be long because when your earnings is very minimum, then you have to work longer to compensate the earnings you require to maintain yourself in UK. And most of the jobs are physical, obviously. When you are not using your qualification, your technique and your expertise, you'll have to work in somewhere below the field in the restaurants, cleaning, as sir told earlier. And what that makes is you have a very little time for your education, and when they are already struggle to attend the college on regular basis itself, think about how will they have time to prepare for their education and things like that. Now, the recent Tier 4 scheme, which is now closed, had a flow of Nepalese, Pakistani, Indians, all the students from Southeast African nations, those poor nations who are developing nations. I had a lot of flow of the students coming to UK. And so they didn't have the job, they didn't have anything to survive on, and they had to come back with no qualification, no earning, nothing. And what happened at the same time, few of our countrymen itself took that as an opportunity, recruited many of the Nepalese students right here itself. They opened the colleges, and then when their financial aspirations were completed, then they closed the college, left the students high and dry. The students had nowhere to go. They've already paid their fees, and now the college is closed. Now, either they have two choices, whether to find another college and pay the new fees and then continue their education, or come back home, or perhaps become illegal and hide somewhere and start working on the very, very minimum wage. I have seen people working for £2.50 per hour. Think about it, £2.50 an hour, 15 hours of work will earn you £35. That very pain. So many students from Nepal came to me and said, look, this is the situation, what can I do? Few of them I could help them, I helped, but I have so many. I tell you, I had so many. That gave me so much of stress, so much of pain. And at that time itself, I was very determined to do something. which will sort out this problem once for and all. And that was what was the starting point, I must say. Because I'm in the accountancy field, I'm a fellow member of Chartered Certified Accountant. I have a work, I'm not related to the college, well, even though I used to be a teacher back in Nepal since from 1990 until 1998 for 3 years. And that to send our students and professionals abroad with a qualification that is readily recognized, which will be helpful on doing further studies and will be helpful on getting the maximum out of the opportunity that is presented to them. Now, MBA and the MA from Anglia-Ruskin University will give students all above with few other benefits, including few of them are: there is an English language requirement prescribed by UK government for all the further studies that will be exempted after successful completion of this program which we have prescribed here. Number 2 will be the students or professionals wishing to immigrate to Canada under the highly skilled migrant program, which is also present there, are exempted from the IELTS program, which currently is 6.5 overall. And they will also get the maximum point that is required for the highly skilled from this education. If the school, they need 75 out of 100 and the educational score is 40, they will get maximum points. So immigrating to Canada will become very easy. This is the final degree they will get from Anglia-Ruskin University. There are postgraduate degree and undergraduate degrees as well. The students travel to UK after the further studies of completion of postgraduate degree from ABP. ABP is the Association of Business Practitioners. That's what we'll be running here in Herald College. And CTS, that is Confederation of Tourism Management, also will be here. Once they complete their education, they can go to UK. If they wanted to go to UK and continue their studies, they will get the 20 hours work permit, which is not available to all the students now, currently. Now finally, as a mediator and the director of Herald College, I would like to assure everyone present here that Herald had assembled the team of professors and the lecturers who are very well known. As you've seen of the introduction already, they are very well known in their field of expertise. We are committed to the best of the best quality and have aspirations to become world-class educational provider, not only in Nepal, but also in Southeast Asia. What was important, and I'm sure I will have overwhelming support from everyone present here. Thank you. Thank you so much.
In the United Kingdom, as well as the experiences of our fellow students, the sufferings, the problems there, and to come up with a vision that we are starting today will be able to minimize the problem that our students are suffering in overseas. However, somehow similar type of problems were also faced by students in Germany when I was working there. In my own university also they used to come. Many times I've been taken by the police to go through the German border to Switzerland, and they were caught, and these policemen used to come to the university if there was anybody speaking Nepali. And I had to work there as interpreter, and sometimes the situation was so emotional, so bad that tears used to fall down. And Germany also has the problem. I think similar types of problems are also faced by our students in other parts of Europe too. And at least we have here, to a certain extent, we'll be able to minimize that kind of situations. Our students will study here, get their international degrees, and later on when they become qualified, they will work there in international market as position holder. They don't have to wash their dishes in the Indian restaurant. And I request her to be here to share her experiences of London with the expertise from experts from Nepal. Please.
Namaste. First of all, I'd like to say how privileged I feel to be amongst all of you today. I'd like to say big thank you to esteemed Narayan, Rajan, who's very much on the project, everyone at Herald College, and all of you here. Thank you very much for wonderful hospitality. I've been welcomed in a fantastic way, so thank you for this. I am very thrilled to be part of this project and this new relationship that we're building. I'm convinced it'll be a long-lasting and a strong one, and it will benefit all of us, and especially the students. And Rajan gave us such a insight into what the situation is like in UK and in Europe for a lot of the students. So giving your students that opportunity to gain the qualifications here from respectable university in UK is really what we're aiming for here. We at LSM believe that every student is unique, and students have different needs and expectations. So what we're trying to do is to provide a unique learning experience whereby we have a team of dedicated staff members, subject matter experts like yourselves here, and for peer interaction and discussions that students participate in, as well as online learning studies, which I'll be telling you about later. We have a specifically designed learning platform that allows students with different requirements to achieve what they're looking for. Great start. And I believe that this will allow the students in gaining their academic qualifications through specifically Anglia Ruskin University. And yeah, and I'm also very, very thrilled to be visiting your beautiful country. I'll be here for just a few days, but I'll try to make the most of it. Yes. So thank you once again, and I'm looking forward to talking to you more later in the afternoon as well.
My job is very simple. First of all, the purpose of this project, the objective of this project is very well highlighted by the previous speakers, and I don't need to go into detail or mentioning of that. The basic thing which, as a management education provider, the purpose here in Herald family to be able to face or to be able to exploit, utilize the challenges and opportunities that has been there in the market with more and more globalization process throughout. For this to happen, we are very much committed with quite an experienced faculty which can make our management education very much updated and very much as per the need of the present day world. And I again don't have to repeat about why this has to happen here in Nepal and without student having to go abroad. That I don't need to explain here. Definitely, you know, with lesser cost, lesser hassles, the same, and the more up to date and more, you know, locally adapted education that we can provide to the student here with the help of, with the support of the university which we are going to be affiliated, and with the support of London School of Marketing, which is implementing this program here. Creator. That also will be our effort here by providing the most applied management education here in Nepal. Coming back to my main job here, I would like to thank, first of all, Joanna for coming all the way from London, and she will be sharing with us the exact detail of the how we are going to implement it, what will be the role of full-time professor, and also we are very happy that some of our colleagues out here are from the Central Bank of Nepal also. They will be also definitely in our guest faculty list. Similarly, we have, besides management, we have educationists coming from other field of education like science and other various subjects under science, and also humanities. Because why we take your insights and make very educated documentary there. So thank you very much for putting your effort in bringing together these organizations who strive for imparting best of the best education to the children without
land of Mount Everest and land of Buddha, on behalf of my whole team, our team.
Thank you very much.
Very, very good.
Time, and this happened perhaps for the first time for being an MC, Master Chairman, and perhaps this shows that we have a very good beginning, because we are going to achieve our achievements quite early than expected. And we have half an hour coffee break, and after that we'll be coming back here in the hall again for the first session, and at 12:30 we'll have lunch, and this after 1:30, after the lunch break, we'll be coming again for the second session, and we'll have another third session at 3:15 Nepal time, and that session will be a video conferencing from London, and the professor will tell us exactly what to do while in the classroom.
The second session will be directly from Sri Lanka, and third session will be from London.
Okay. Then second session that starts at 1:30 will be video conferencing from Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah.
I sent him a message last night, and I know Sunil got me a message. Well, I'm sure we'll get hold of him.
Actually, what we're going to do is, I'll get you the number.
Yeah?
Yes.
We're so reliant on Skype. I never ever had to do it before. I don't know, yes, I've heard that before.
Before starting the session, we have our one more participant just arrived. Let's welcome Jit is Cambridge International Examiner, Nepal sector, and also IB Examiner of Nepal sector. Okay, thank you, sir. Now, and to start the first session, according to our scheduled time, it starts at 10:45, but it's still we are early. And Donna will get a bit much more time than scheduled, because we have to end it by 12:30. Thank you.
Once again, welcome all, and thank you for taking your time to be here. Especially since it's a public holiday, which I haven't realized. So I appreciate it. Just trying to, thank you. Get a few things in the way. I've got the presentation ready, so hopefully the technology is not letting us down. Thank you to how we implement the different learning environments to the Anglo-Saxon way of education, and finally the electronic learning platform, so the online mode of study. Starting with the history, so we started back in September 2002, and the main purpose was to look at marketing field of education. And the first course that we introduced was the CIM, Chartered Institute of Marketing course. Our classes have grown in size. We're actually using a lot of institutions in London, colleges and universities, where our courses are delivered. And amongst a few is Imperial College of London, Birkbeck College, University College London. 2005 part-time study CIM modules were introduced on a distance learning option. 2006 we introduced CAM courses, so communications, advertising. Just to give you an indication on how far we've actually grown and how far we've come since the start. Our enrollment exceeded the one in September 2007 by 100%. And I think this is when we've realized that maybe we could introduce a new courses and develop our portfolio. And in 2009, we've actually introduced business courses into the portfolio. So that's when LSM Business School was launched as a part of LS Education Group. And we became partners with Anglia Ruskin University, offering BA, well, recently BA and MBA. We've started with MA in Marketing and Innovation. And